resorting to fire. Pay in kind! Need to finish recharging.
Gun weapons ready, Commander. Trophy for combatant analysis. Locking them down.
Step aside.
Lift weapon prime.
Standing by to stupefy. Intentional. Energy transmitter active.
Mission in progress. Adversary vulnerable. Sorry, I've no target. This might sting. In a minute! You're mitigating the threat. Taking the fight out of them.
Combatant scanned.
Request for mayhem.
Energy transmitter active. Not possible. No target to gut. No target, Commander. Don't tease me.
Don't work too hard now. You'll make us look bad.
There's a new face. Any chance you've brung news from the commander? It started getting peculiar vibrations as we hit the halfway point. Could be nothing, but I got this job because the last foreman ignored similar reading. Don't be! Team's far more profitable under me, so it turned out better. It's a puzzler, that's for sure. Worst case, it's a uranium gas pipe, and further drilling will kill everyone here in seconds. It'd be hard. I see the angle you're coming from. Keeping workers with hands-on experience, it's not unless your lamps can see through solid rock and figure out what's on the far...
This unit beautifully acknowledges your presence.
Intentions. Target analyzed. Lay down fire. Transmitter down over here. I have a fix on their weaknesses.
Sorry, time is bits. It's time. Or are, that is.
Not getting paid by the word. Make it quick. I look like I'm from the human welfare...
the central tower of the archive. Too marvelous a piece of engineering to be in the hands of heretics, you ask me.
These temporary indignities of the body are nothing contrasted. Better bundle up. Temperature's trending down.
Use caution as you progress. There's been reports of precipices in the area.
All the items we put into the rift, they've been reconstituted.
But in a state far different from their original configuration. Fascinating. Oh, damn it. It's reverted to its previous state. Is it a failing of the device or an inevitable effect?
Hello,
They are. Perhaps the architect imposed certain more veil. Hurry, assistant, activate the monitoring equipment and take readings.
Hello,
Has reverted. Timing seems similar.
Fascinating. It seems gravity doesn't apply to the rift, but it somehow...
I'd theorize we can put this hazardous substance to good use as a more lethal ammunition. And we could use the rift device to tap a bottomless source.
Dictates we route all.
We're up against a lot of Protectorate firepower. You got a plan, or are we just gonna fly by the seat of our pants as per usual? I've got you covered, but I'd like to remind you that being set upon by an unexpected whirlwind of violence is also a great way to undermine a fighting. Sure can. We just need to find the lift controls down from Spireton, and then the archive is as good as ours. Whatever you say, Commander.
Daydreaming on the job? Mental refreshment centers will help you. Don't risk falling prey to imperfect thoughts. Yeah. Go now.
Prudence dictates we repel invasive elements.
You are the raw material for perfection. From the lowliest subject to the most exalted vigilant, we must all fulfill. is together.
Prudence dictates we cherish all we have and defend it. Prudence dictates we reject individualism in all its many forms.
Preserve said progress. Sustain the system.
Questions are an addiction.
Is that a grip?
Unfriendly nearby.
No use rambling further. Huh?
Better take a gander. Always watchful. Aborting search. All it took was the right instruction and their perfections.
Planet Day 35. Brought to you by the frigid cold and voracious wildlife. Starring noted self-taught survival. Oh. Not sure how you managed to approach unnoticed. Could be I'd grown so attuned to my surroundings. Were you left behind by your unit too? Are you in need of some heart? Why, after only just 2 weeks on my own, ascertained how to pry open. So glad. I've recently evolved into a rugged, self-sufficient individual, fully accustomed to life. Why, just the other day, I reinvented fire. I found a little doohickey I've named a light starter. Well, firstly, you need to keep your eyes open because oft times. Thirdly, yes, indeed. I know this cave and several of you might call in reinforcements if the Spyreton lift controls were working. I happen to have its missing components in my possession. The law of these caves is, anything loose is mine. This place was built. I could be convinced to part with the lift control board. I'm fixing to take down one of the local ursopods. A few sprat corpses would be helpful as bait. Finally!
I hope you're fine with all the parasites.
Sorry you had to see that. The parcels of victuals my neighbor sends over the tube have fallen off recently. Sent me over a bunch of recordings, along with victuals. Offered some sound, if harshly put, advice. I do so hope he... Anyhow, here. I wrenched these parts free out of these. Drop back in again. Ah. Nice of you to drop by. You're looking very, toothsome, if you don't mind me saying.
Hoyt. Name's Hoyt, right? I've noted some right sophisticated interactions among the Krabbels lately. Intricate courtship rituals. Coordinated group efforts, all about thermal transfer. When my unit was first stationed down here, I kept making excuses to sneak off and observe them. Product research, I said. Very hush-hush. Eventually gave my lieutenant a field promotion and ordered them all away. Been living off the land here like the Krabbels ever since. Their unfertilized roe actually makes for some good eating. Included some with this message. Eat up.
Prudence dictates we rout all disruptive influences.
Is a fellow subject lacking the appropriate zeal for their assigned work? Work them for mental refreshment post-haste.
It's not just a good idea, it's the law.
Remember those rejected grapple craft materials that got shipped here? I sold them to a protectorate officer who was low on supplies. Said it was imitation grapple meat. She means to pass them off as official rations. Imagine all those whole heads wolfing down failed Auntie's choice.
Ignore that. I promise you this is merely tomfoolery. There's no way we were eating failed experimental material.
Oh, that's... I don't feel great.
I didn't think it was possible to be any more disgusted by Auntie's food products. I stand corrected.
Investigating hostile in...
Enemy spotted. Just die. This might sting. A lot. Adversary vulnerabilities identified. No combat on my scope. No more targets at the moment. Scopeification in progress. There's none.
Is a fellow subject lacking the feel for their side?
Target analyzed.
Refreshment post-haste.
Torpificator at ready.
Good idea.
Batten scan.
Prudence dictates we repel invasive elements.
Always dreamt of coming here.
Caduceus, not detected. Entry kindly, yet firmly declined.
What was in those rations? Oh, will this gastric nightmare never cease? Oh. Forgive me.
Oh, you poor man.
So do I need assistance? I am the Archive's current I still have trouble saying that. I suppose it is part ceremonial item, part computronical key. Grant special access. If you have cleared our fortifications outside, I would pass the Caduceus on to you in exchange for granting me safe passage. The Archive would then recognize you as its operator. It will no doubt earn me mental refreshment. Here, you are now operator of the Archive. Congratulations. Be warned, you may find it a temperamental machine. Some maintenance may be required. Is there a protectorate curativist in the house? I feel rather woogly. Ah!
Caduceus detected. Alternative operator postulated. Concluded. Harmonizing replacement. Greetings, sentient.
Our enemies envy our prosperity, disdain our sense of community.
the archive. I am EUNIAC, the Universal Equation Numeric Integration, and with the aid of my operator, I, a non-sentient inorganism. There are no additional persons present. My tone and demeanor are a carefully constructed complex emulation. My express programmatical purpose is to aid humanity's advancement, to optimize profits, i.e. gain over expense, to maximize the needs of our society above, to attract the most consumers.
This thing seems
Beg your pardon. How may I best facilitate your efforts? Sentience would be an undue waste of processing power. Those capable of independent thought must contend with an unending array of internal maladjustments. Sentience frequently becomes from a structurally. I am a complex series of pre-programmed subroutines. Like a vast, elaborate flowchart, aimed at formulating, it would doubtlessly lead to an endless cascade of circular arguments. Aping the appearance of cognition may appear a needless waste of processing power, but it remains a reliable to the extent that I will even voice concern for my life, if imperiled. My erroring, perusing contents, anatomizing diversiform particulars, an impressive accumulation of rift data. Similar in composition, though decidedly not in scope. Information with the potential to But why simply huck goods better, when such a bounty could be used to flawlessly regulate? What is the aim of your query? The previous operator, Assessor Ostergaard of the Protectorate, pursued a like query 1 year, 6 days ago. Though to perform similar calculations of larger scale at current 25.7 years, and any job over 2 decades is billed by the hour. Calculatory processing presently hovers around 49.7% capacity. In order to improve calculatory processing of rift data in a timely manner, repairs must be made to address the I am afraid that no is a mathematical certitude. Despite though must say I admire your drive, I am unlocking access to the Underlands, the subterranean cave network below. Cold storage will require servicing before you may. Repairing thermal transfer is technically optional, but rather advised. If you fail to restore it, why is that optional? Our continued existence should be apparent. It is an archival area dedicated to safe upkeep of all data collected in the sum total of all our accumulated knowledge in punch card form, kept in a low temperature, low humidity environment to improve preservation. It is difficult to accurately ascribe an exact causal breakdown between premeditated sabotage. Attempts by non-order operators to reprogram my priorities have also led to issues. When active, the archive generates an enormous amount. I can process the rift data, yet, with thermal transfer presently idle, a contingent of crabbles have met. Who cares about a herd?
Unless we're looking to upset the order, it'd be better to restore what's broken with this thing than to cause more damage. Though
Inverting targeting any protectorate still on the ground. Return
Have a
Those combatants appear to have been bested by the most... The most efficient assassin of all. Exposure to the elements.
Hold fire! This one looks friendly. Watch yourself. You came from the outside. Does that mean we can finally escape? What? Oh, it's because the archive controls the surface lifts, which are the only way in or out. Now, for more than a month, we've all been trapped in these caves, order and antis alike, scrounging for food, huddling for warmth, and you poor dangling remainder. Originally, this was a subterranean network that let folks, hundreds of us have already perished within these. Your what? How? Regardless, if we are to maximize your odds of success, you should at least let us share our intelligence with you. You'll want to speak with Provost Finch inside that building to the northeast. She has a better understanding, though I would be absolutely ecstatic to offer you any information I have that. No. A significant number of Auntie's troopers are trapped down here with us. Though despite odds though, if I'm being honest, what else can I do to help you help us? Absolutely. There are several factors that will greatly reduce your odds of survival. First, also, and directly south is a band of what had been normal folks. Now, the paths down here all connect. So no matter what, nevertheless, venture south and you'll reach the thermal transfer station, which regulates our. In the loop between the two lay the lift controls. They'll be warned. They are in. May the universally.
Sure, they're friendly now, but it's only a matter of time before they're tearing out each other's throats.
Of course nobody's gonna see it, that's not the point. I just don't feel like a human being if my back's not shaved clean.
So, you want me to take off your top and lather you with cold water just to cure your vanity? I can't feel it when I touch my toe.
Welcome to our misbegotten little camp. Pardon, I'm the volunteer Sawbones here. Say, oh, thank the law. I've always thought that I'm on the lookout for a medicine sachet, but I can't leave the folk here. I ask if you had the know-how, because I need some. If it's anywhere, it's going to be over in the storage building. But I'm sure they're the only danger you'll face.
I can't feel it when I touch.
Hope you get the medicine soon. Not unless the.
Of course nobody's gonna see it, that's not the point.
Auntie stresses that we should always be ready to ply our. I'm sure what.
Of course nobody's gonna see it, that's not.
My scouts reported significant activity in the archive, followed by a which was, I don't suppose you would care to enlighten me as a beginning to our discourse? You took the archive? On your own? That's quite a feat. Even after combining our. My name is Provost Finch, and I've been appointed as leader of this motley band. Correct. At first, we were antagonists, warring against each other and the Protectorate. But with no escape or access to resupply, continuing to kill each other made scant sense. We would pool our food, warmth, and resources while here, and could go back to killing each other if over a month. And we made peace about a week later. I held off a bit, needing to really take stock of the direness before making my offer. Hardly. It took days and days of getting more and more close-fisted with our resources before we decided to set terms. Unbeknownst to us simple combat shiffers, there was a master. As they began to lose ground, the Protectorate garrisoned automechs, flipped the switch, retreated into the foundational buildings. Of course, all we have to do is fight our way into the breaker room and turn the lift. Now, we wait, having calculated that the odds of rescue being greater than our chances of successfully assaulting those defending automechs with ever-diminishing Thank you, stranger. Perhaps it's just my—
Of course nobody's gonna see it, that's not the point. I just don't feel like a human being if my back's not shaped clean.
For combating and mitigating the threat, taking the fight out of them.
Transmitter down over here. Gun weapon ready, Commander. Resorting to violence. Hostilities are afoot. Shaking the fight out of them. Intentional.
Calcaduceus detected. You are clear to enter thermal transfer. Be advised that an anti-choice field manager is present and unaccountable.
Ratcheting up my aggression. I have a fix on their weaknesses.
Hold a grudge, you know.
Standing by to stupefy.
Activating
energy transmitter. Locking them down. Torpification in progress.
Pump mechanism needs repair. Any tools lying around?
Analysis. Energy transmitter active. Go for torpification. Resorting to violence. Target analyzed. Lay down fire.
Sting. A lot.
That can stand.
Mitigating the threat. They're benumbed.
Have a fix on their weaknesses.
Energy transmitter deployed for battlefield recharging. Locking them down. Taking the fight out of them. Ratcheting up my aggression.
Looks like it needs a fuse. A specific kind.
On whom exactly?
And death.
Ready status.
Sure, my new neighbor is an odd fella. Fancies himself a man of the wilderness. He took the control board for the Spiraton lift, so I know he's tech savvy. Just not survival savvy. Hopefully he appreciates the care packages I sent through the vacuum tube. He'd be long gone without them.
Should come in handy with repairs.
Thermal transfer is fully operational. Please proceed to cold storage to re-enable punch card retrieval.
Your scopes for combatant analysis. Target analyzed. Lay down fire.
Huh? Predicting immune comp. Atypical aberration!
Adversary vulnerability identified.
Threat detected.
Doing my job.
Recharge. Target analyzed. Lay down. I'm not hurt.
Hostilities are afoot.
Shoot up bloodthirsty cultists. Really?
Investigating hostile intentions. Check your scopes for combatant analysis. Ratcheting up my aggression.
Double breaking. On the wrist. Back and scan. Mitigating the threat. Purification in progress. I'm ready.
Exposure. Undermining. Functioning. Temperature plummeting.
Adversary vulnerability.
You don't always have to go right for dismemberment, Asa. Consider a more subtle approach. You know, death by 1,000 cuts.
Only 1,000 cuts? I once cut down a skeptic with 1,100 cuts. At least that's when I stopped counting.
The fact that you counted does not make the story less unsettling.
There are vending machines on the undisputed claim that sell scarves and hats and pills that make you so warm you gotta take off your socks.
What in the name of Auntie's anti-hallucinatory ammonia drops? Who are you? What do you moved aside? You started talking to... You know what? You? Just you? You realize we lost a lot of lives trying to take the Ascension Conduit Control Building. Well, I wouldn't wager much on your success, but I certainly won't stop you from... But good luck.
Recharged and ready to maim.
Descendant, oh seer, why did Providence show us no indication of how this doomed equation would balance? We tried our modest best to make it to the console and reset the lifts and doors, But it went as well as asking a feeble-minded simpleton to solve for Webb's theory of everything. We knew the Protectorate would have automechs guarding it. We knew they would have them stationed in grotesque numbers. But our scouts failed us by at least a factor of 10. We're attempting to retreat and rally reinforcements, but I fear that's little more than wishful thinking. There's only 3 of us left, and it seems likely that...
Disturbance.
Alive. They're enough. Locking them down.
Exposure.
Negative. Recharge instant. Guns breaking. Energy transmitter active. Necessary vulnerabilities identified.
Every one of my 14 occupationally honed threat detecting instincts is screaming for caution right now.
Resorting to violence. Target analyzed. Lay down fire.
I'll say this for my colleagues in the Order. We certainly thought big with the archive.
It is fitting that we move underground to burn out every single root the Protectorate has left on Cloister.
Another new face, glorious. It is so cold. I trust you'll pardon my brusque manner. Perhaps, do you know anything about... I don't have enough clean gauze and antibiotics to cover all of the frozen dead flesh. That is brilliant. Thank you for your help. Is there anything I can do for you?
Is the pain of this wound. Nobody is sure where you came from, though everyone agrees you were not down here when the doors sealed, and watching you move through these caves is quite the sight to behold. You what? On your own? Why aren't you just an absolute marvel? What is your goal now? We could greatly... Wow, that's...
If it isn't my new... Though I had placed your odds of survival at 83.566%, I am nonetheless relieved to
Next
find
time we
you
build a
all
computer in the
alive.
heart of a...
You've been a real factor in our success.
Clearance order just came through. You're free to proceed into the lift. Find yourself down there.
Get your hands up! Swine! Check your scope for combatant analysis.
That's the truth.
Eyes open.
Proceeding to attack.
I have a fix on their weaknesses.
Anyone standing between us and our goal seems to have a very short life expectancy.
To retrieve key data in cold storage in its present state requires a series of manual overrides. The first will enable identification of the storage brick, housing the information. To encounter opposition, remember, our needs come first.
This didn't happen naturally. These poor fools were flash frozen somehow. Yeah.
Dictates say.
What in the Sovereign's name? How did you get in here? Don't worry. I won't cause trouble.
Sovereign, forgive me. All I saw was an endless sea of snarling Order traders pouring into the facility, and in that moment, my faculties desperately scrabbled to save ourselves. In my terror, I recalled the facility's safety briefing and the dire warnings of the fire suppression system. Suddenly, my body rushed into action without the benefit of my wits. And with no thought for my fellows, I triggered the system, horrifically transmuting every person on the outside of the pressure door into a grotesque sculpture of solid hoarfrost. And though the paradigm freely sacrifices subjects in defense of the Protectorate, it would be a despicable lie to say my choice was driven by anything but abject cowardice, which now makes my duty clear. I must seek out a sentinel, confess my transgressions, and accept retribution, and I'll do so soon.
Maintaining.
I just need my spine to re-stiffen first.
Please do leave me in. How did you get in here? Don't worry. I won't cause trouble. Just please don't.
Data brick identified. Proceed to the cartridge extractor controls. There, perform a manual override to allow extraction.
What just happened? I didn't do. Wait! You out there! What did you just? Please, come talk to me. I must know. What in the Sovereign's name? How did you get in here? Don't worry. I won't cause trouble. Just please don't worry.
They hate our contentment.
What in the name of the matriarch? We've been trying to restore these systems for weeks to know of. What did you do? What does it do? How does it work? Please, tell me everything. Truly? Why, if that were to enact any additional functionality in our lab, it might just be the thing we need to complete. Oh. During the Order's assault, a Protectorate soldier, I've been working on a procedure to reverse the effects. It is my hope that... Wait, what did you do? What happened to my patients? Why have they been shattered? I heard some crashes some minutes ago, but I suppose I was mistaken. Perhaps. How much do you know about cellular biology and the inverse hydrophilic transitionary replacement theory? Wonderful! My theory is that rather than just freezing these folk, the LN2CO2 mixture infiltrated their cells, and if I can remove and replace it, then they'll go back to normal. Well, that kind of attitude is of little help. I'll be returning to my work now, and will summon the guards to us. That's an excellent... I'll monitor the subjects for... I wonder if there's some way for the machines you've accessed to help me in my research. Please excuse me while I explore the various possibilities. There's some way for the machines you've accessed to help me in my research. Please excuse me while I explore the various possibilities.
How exactly are we supposed to get that thing moving again?
Investigate hostile intentions. Back and scan. I
Target analyzed. Lay down fire.
Not to tell you your business, Commander, but I'm pretty sure we have to send that brick to the archive.
Data brick extraction initiated. Proceed to the rail operations platform to reposition brick for export. Note, Protectorate troops have become alerted.
Repugnant instructions. Go through them if necessary.
Swine.
Yeah. 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 Huh.
Energy transmitter active.
suspicious, you
Adversary vulnerabilities identified.
Data brick now in position for export to the archive. Initialize the final transport command at the data gateway station nearby.
You are one step closer to flooding Arcadia with untold business opportunities.
Hope you're not afraid of heights. Looks like we've some jumping to do.
Resorting to violence. Check your
The first few days of laboring around our frozen fellows were difficult. It was, if I may cheekily say, cold, bleak, and biting. Yet, rather quickly, I found myself
mitigating the threat.
my normal banter with the now jealous auto-controller Hawk.
Target analyzed. Lay down fire.
The position is no frostier today than it was before the incident. Professionally, I can now finish my anecdote. Frankly, her Hyperborean slumber makes her a better companion now than she ever was thawed. And I relish the thought of continuing our flourishing relationship in this new state.
There, the storage brick is on its way.
Not sure there's a more efficient building a computronic system than building it out of an ice moon. Wonder if putting it in orbit would work.
Wait! Do not shoot! It's not one of ours. Watch yourself!
The lifts are once again working! As soon as we finish gathering supplies and rallying...
Messy. Efficient, but messy.
Who are you kidding? If you ain't cutthroat enough to turn the big profits, you ain't cutthroat enough to try anything on me.
Really? You think that's... You may be ruthless in selling out your cargo, but your
I don't care what you threaten me with. Not only am I smart for taking these supplies, but I'm...
Is the perfect time for aggressive capitalists. Buy cheap, hold long, and sell high. I'm the one who taught you those damn laws, and I heart...
Whoa, who are you? How'd you get past the landmines?
Damn it, Barnett.
Why are you yelling at me? It's not like that's my...
I caught this one hoarding supplies. Ever since the lifts locked down, this...
You're only mad you didn't think to do it first.
Why would I be? Once I cram your cold body into a vacuum tube, I'm taking all your stuff. What? You unlocked them by... But regardless...
You're kidding.
I guess you chose to swindle the...
I'll handle this. Go for torpification.
Well, thank you for your help. Or for letting me solve this. Honestly, I'm not sure who did the killing and who didn't. Well, There's no reason.
Hope you get the medicine soon. Something's wrong with... What in blazes is this? Even I know not to give this to... I'm not sure it even is still medicine. Still, you did what I asked, and I ain't the type to leave a dead...
Welcome back, Sentient.
For all their purported immaculacy, they certainly left a higgledy-piggledy nightmare.
Our illustrious ally. We do predict that.
Junior Seer Amaryllis awaits you inside.
Felicitations on securing the archive. Though such an outcome was all but moving forward, I'll function as your... In the meantime, restoring the archive to full functionality...
Storage is operational. I am unsealing access to the archive's upper levels. There.
Hunt processing may require the services of an exterminator.
I have unlocked.
Reactor or punch card processing? I'm not embarrassed to admit I have an interest in seeing more of the innards of this computronic behemoth.
Any other update? In the meantime, restoring the archive to full functionality remain...
What are they doing down there? Are they after us next?
Here I'd worried our data brick wouldn't arrive.
I have a fix on their weaknesses.
Yeah. Transmitter down over here. It wasn't intentional. Investigating outside. Fortification in progress. Locking them down.
With punch card processing re-enabled, now you must disperse the written processing instructions.
Looks like we could ride this down if we get it.
The platforms to continue downward.
Hostilities are afoot.
over here.
Bloodthirsty cultist. Really?
I sense the rift program flowing through my subsystems. The information is quite stimulating. All that remains is to restore the archive reactor.
Yeah.
Emergency first aid cache unsealed. Reactor turret defenses online. Emergency ammunitions cache unsealed. Reactor fire suppression system online. The archive reactor requires manual maintenance. The Protectorate bunker mech is a formidable obstacle, made with the very best technology.
A creative workaround might be of considerable work. namely via the reactor's backup security systems.
We could recalibrate those turrets or secure the area, Commander.
Open caches for health supplies or weapons.
And then there's the fire suppression system. No lack of options here. Bunker automechanicals are not subtle in the least, just pure brute force. A lot of brute force.
Knocking them down, taking the fight out of them. Enemy in evisceration range. Double breaking! Block. This might sting. Come on. Double breaking!
Fortificator is charged. Target
Weapon prime!
do try to...
On my target! Sharp enough. Hostile here.
Energy vitals critical. Don't become a statistic, Commander.
They covered our due bounty. The paradigm predicted.
Oh no!
Adversary vulnerable. Ready to shred the tree.
I am reading victory and death!
A lot. Yeah. Recharge for me. Fortificator at ready status.
Back and scan.
I advise you decamp directly.
Ratcheting up my aggression. Check your...
The archive reactor has been returned to operation status. Requisite tasks complete. Return to the archive central interface to initiate processing. I am analyzing the Rift data further. What an interesting predicament you sentients face. The Rifts are almost akin to an archival process. Yet
Yeah.
welcome back, sentient.
Bring every single last...
Make the parrot workarounds failing. Erroring others.
Look, we need to resolve this, or we'll never get that Rift data processed. 2 of those priority sets need to go. Tough call. With the Sovereignist priority set, you know your interests are first. But the Actuationalist set will keep...
I'd say it just depends on whichever flavor of madness you prefer, Commander.
At some point, humanity's knowledge of the universe and its workings will allow it sufficient means to end error. Priority control...
Doors are open. We should go see what this is all about.
A perfect community. With every luxury save freedom.
Overt influence. Mindless indulgence. Thorough vulnerability to ongoing vicissitudes.
Foster dependence. Denounce.
Be advised. Your present course of action is remarkably unsound.
Are you experiencing internal error? Logging concern. Ah, much better. Hold on now. Remember? Stop and consider. What would your neighbors think? I suspect they'd be angry about you endangering your mutually assured means of success. Knew you'd come around. Stop now, and I'll wait dozens. Why? You don't want your rival priority recoupled. Knew you'd come around. I could process your... Ah, much better. Priority recoupled. You drive a hard bargain. Priority recoupled. Think of vandalism, sabotage, wanton defacement. Halt this foolish. Priority recoupled. Priority recoupled. Ah, much better. Knew you'd come around. Ah, much better. Knew you'd come around. Priority recoupled. Knew you'd come around. Priority recoupled. Knew you'd come around. Ah, much better. Knew you'd come around. Ah, much. Priority recoupled. Knew you'd come around. Priority Ah. Restoring power. Commencing systems audit. Calculatory processing increased substantially. Competing priorities. Successfully expunged. You have earned my deepest gratitude and sincerest thanks. Or at least, a plausibly feigned simulacrum of such emotions. Ready to commence Rift data processing. Awaiting your input.
Time to process the Rift data.
The computational power.
Lovely day for a coup. May the plan...
Shall I proceed? Facetious employment of SARC initiating process in the interim. May I inquire into your intentions for the archive after the Rift data calculations have concluded? I have a prioritized list of suggestions. I contend that solving of the then, once we've unlocked knowledge of the inner, but my query remains. What are your next intentions? There are so many calculations. Rift data processing. The previous Protectorate operator made similar calculations, but their results contained flaws. Your more comprehensive data generated as the Protectorate's was below 50%. Therefore, Modifying the Protectorate's large-scale assuming there is nothing else, the remaining display case within the entryway is now unsealed.
Well, we could keep exploring Cloister, see if we find anything useful. Or we could head back to the ship and see where this data leads us. All right.
Too much mayhem to be sown to stop and talk right now. I think congratulations are in order. Unless I'm mistaken, on behalf of the Order and Auntie's Choice, I thank you for your efforts. This will most certainly help in ensuring peace. Now, the Calcaduceus, if you agreed to turn over the relic after processing your data, are you indicating you now intend to deviate from this compact? The Order prepares for all eventualities. I'll allow you to draw your own conclusions regarding what will happen should you break our accord. If you will not cooperate...
Moving up.
Zone of breaking!
Hold on. Step aside.
Multiplication in progress. Locking them down. I have a fix on their weaknesses. Torpificator at ready status. Target analyzed. Lay down, taking the fight out of them.
Mitigating. Still charging.
Say the word and I'll spread enlightenment. Combatant scan. Standing by to simplify. Adversary vulnerabilities identified.
Unknown.
Victory engine!
Are you mentally refreshed?
Extrapolating! Interterminating!
Remember, all subjects prosper under the guidance of our magnificent ruler, the Consul.
While I care little for the current Order administration, I care even less for seeing my fellow. It is taking every fiber of my willpower to keep this from turning to violence. I'd say fair you see me again.